The facts before us are undisputed. On July 25th, President Trump called President Zelensky of Ukraine and, in President Trump's words, asked him for a favor.
Our hearing today should serve as a reminder of one of the fundamental principles that drove the founders of our Constitution to break from England and to draft their own Constitution. The principle that in this country, no one is king.
This would be the first impeachment in history where there would be considerable debate and, in my view, not compelling evidence of the commission of a crime. Second is the abbreviated period of this investigation, which is problematic and puzzling. This is a facially incomplete and inadequate record in order to impeach a president.
If the president uses his office for personal gain, the only recourse available under the Constitution is for him to be impeached, because the president cannot be, as a practical matter, charged criminally while he is in office, because the Department of Justice works for the president. So the only mechanism available for a president who tries to distort the electoral process for personal gain is to impeach him. That is why we have impeachment.
By inviting a foreign government to influence our elections, it takes the right away from the American people, and it turns that into a right that foreign governments decide to interfere for their own benefit. Foreign governments don't interfere in our elections to benefit us, they intervene to benefit themselves.
Professor Gerhardt, in your view, is there enough evidence here to charge President Trump with the high crime and misdemeanor of obstruction of Congress?
I think there's more than enough. As I mentioned in my statement, just to really underscore this, the third article of impeachment approved by the House Judiciary Committee against President Nixon charged him with misconduct because he had failed to comply with 4 legislative subpoenas. Here it is far more than 4 that this president has failed to comply with, and he's ordered the executive branch as well not to cooperate with Congress. Those, together with a lot of other evidence, suggest obstruction of Congress.
Professor Karlan, do you agree?
I'm a scholar of the law of democracy. So as a citizen, I agree with what Professor Gerhardt said. As an expert, my limitation is that I'm a scholar of the law of democracy. I'm not a scholar of obstruction of justice or obstruction of Congress.
We will accept your opinion as a citizen. Professor Feldman.
The obstruction of Congress is a problem because it undermines the basic principle of the Constitution. If you're going to have 3 branches of government, each of the branches has to be able to do its job. The job of the House is to investigate impeachment and to impeach. A president who says, as this president did say, I will not cooperate in any way, shape, or form with your process, robs a coordinate branch of government. He robs the House of Representatives of its basic constitutional power of impeachment. When you add to that the fact that the same president says, my Department of Justice cannot charge me with a crime, the president puts himself above the law when he says he will not cooperate in an impeachment inquiry. I don't think it's possible to emphasize this strongly enough. A president who will not cooperate in an impeachment inquiry is putting himself above the law. Now, putting yourself above the law as president is the core of an impeachable offense, because if the president could not be impeached for that, he would, in fact, not be responsible to anybody.
And, sir, in forming your opinion, did you review these statements from President Trump?
Well, we're fighting all the subpoenas. Then I have an Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president.
I did, and as someone who cares about the Constitution, the second of those in particular struck a kind of horror in me.